I don't think so. Let's see. Yes, it is. At this time here, I'd like to call the Coventry Zoning Board a review to order. I'm gonna have the secretary please do a roll call.
Len Doig,
Present.
Keith Cludier,
Here.
Bob Crow,
Yeah,
Russ Locklade, Ron Pelletier.
Here.
all right. Let the record reflect that we have 5 members, so we can conduct a full meeting. Well, well,
Mr. Peltier, you be a voting member, or is it gonna just be the 4?
yeah, automatically.
The 9 members? Yeah, well, the first question I have is, we get 7 or 9 on the poll book? 7. So then it should be 4 members and the alternate would not be. And we're both the alternates. You're both alternates? Who's first?
Two alternates, but one alternate did not hear the last month's meeting.
Me. So you were not here last night.
Right.
So then I would say, Mr. Peltier, just so we clear that up, Mr. Peltier should vote on anything from last month, and you could vote on something going forward. You're first alternate? I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
But we'll only have 4 members voting. That's okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I just want to say Mr. Peltier will count on last week's meeting. And then Mr. Doe will count on this week. Okay. And then is there anything that we, all 5 are voting on it? We have 2 missing and 1. Yeah, I mean, the alternate comes in when one of the 5, so yes. And it would be what, normally 5 or 2 alternates. Right. So all 5 of you would be voting members. But for the matters that are. It would just be. Yep. Okay.
Right, but for tonight's, what's
Tonight's
being
new
heard tonight,
business, all 5,
all 5 would be. Okay,
because you're a 5-member board.
yes. Okay, so we do have a full board and, the minutes from the last month, I'm gonna make a motion that we hold the minutes over because they're not correct. They're not done. They're not complete. All right, so we're gonna hold them over to next month.
So moved.
Okay, motion's made and
Second.
seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So, our first on the agenda tonight is ratification, am I correct?
Yeah.
Oh, fire exits, I'm sorry. Fire exits are to your rear. The 2 exits to my rear take you into the building. So the 2 fire exits are to your rear. Okay, next we have the ratification of, Fernando Gonzalez, 5 Hill Farm Camp. Am I correct? Is the owner. And that location is assessed plot map 33, lot 6.13, zoned RR2. Do I have a motion to approve the special use permit and dimensional variance to construct a 480-foot addition to the single-family dwelling?
I make the motion, we ratify this as presented.
Second.
Okay, motion's made by Keith.
And through the
seconded-
chair,
Believe, that was, I don't have my records with me, but I do not believe that was both a special use permit. I thought it was just a.
that's
dimensional
correct. Yeah, that's a good point, David. That this, what you're ratifying and the decision itself is correct. That you're ratifying. It was only a dimensional variance. It was not a special use permit.
Not a special
And I
use
just
permit.
ask as you make the ratification vote to amend that vote to reflect that you're ratifying only a dimensional variance.
All right, so I need a amendment to amend this to eliminate the special use permit and just do a dimensional variance.
Second.
Okay, amendment's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And that is for the ratification of 5 Hill Farm Camp Assessors plot map 33, lot 6.13. And do I have a motion to ratify on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, and the next one is Peter Romanos. How do you pronounce that? Maglia. Assessors plot map 42, lot 82, 5 Arcadia Court. Zoned R20. Applicant is seeking a dimensional variance for an increase of 12.372% lot coverage. Applicant is constructing a 12 by 20 shed that meets all setback requirements, but will increase the lot coverage to 31.2%. From 31.2 to 32.272, where 20% is allowed. Okay, I believe this was approved as presented. Okay,
I make a motion, we ratify as presented.
Second.
all right, motion's made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, application is ratified. Okay, next one is owner applicant Donald R. Dentino. Antonio, okay. Assessors plot map 99, lot 3, 250 Hope Furnace Road. Zoned R2, applicant is seeking a dimensional variance to construct a 30 by 40 accessory family dwelling unit where 20 feet from the property line, 20 feet from the property line where 50 feet is required. I believe that was approved as presented. Okay, I have a motion on the floor to
Second.
ratify. I have it seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, underneath old business, we have the application of David W. Haynes, assessors plot map 323, lot 30, 0 Maple Valley Road. Zoned R3. Applicant is seeking a dimensional variance to construct a single-family home with 25 feet front setback where 50 feet is required. Okay, this application was, we need the minutes of the meeting for what everybody spoke and said in order to discuss this, and so I would like to have a motion that we continue this to next month, because we do not have the ratification of the minutes. My solicitor, do you agree on me?
Tim, as I indicated to you, if the board has a concern that they need to see the minutes because there was no minutes and the transcript has not been generated, you need that to make a decision, that's what you need, you're within your rights to continue. If you believe you do not need it, and you have a present memory what was said to make a vote, then you do not need it. So it's about, I think it's really about, is there a consensus among the board whether they have a confidence in their recollection or do they need the minutes?
I personally need the minutes.
So that, again, there would have to be if there's not an agreement on that, there would have to be a vote by the board to either continue it for that reason or to determine.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded by Ron. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Nays?
before you already voted. I was just gonna say, you could have taken the new information, any new information the applicant has tonight.
I agree.
And then if you're saying you want to continue, you could still take any new information. So when it comes back, so anybody in the audience that's here, and any information they have, they don't have to come again or
Okay.
show up again.
Right,
I mean, I
because a
guess
lot
I
of
would-
people gave testimony last month,
Right, but
and we don't have
I don't know
any
if
of it.
anybody is here tonight to testify And you could let them,
Okay.
the fact that you are gonna decide not to vote tonight is one thing, but you could still take testimony tonight.
Okay,
That's my point.
I agree, I agree. I think the
So,
board
no,
agrees
I-
to.
I- if you're-
Okay, yep, no complaints.
Does
again.
that make
Should,
sense?
should we get a motion just to, basically move forward to hear it?
Right, I would say, I would ask you to table, withdraw the motion to continue at this moment. You kind of let everybody know that that's your intention for those reasons, but withdraw that for now, allow any evidence that's here to be presented tonight, and then continue. So you're not just pushing everybody off. And don't forget, we have a steno tonight and we have the clerk here tonight. So,
Chairman, on the recommendation of our counselor, I retract my motion.
I'll second that.
All
yeah,
right.
and I don't think there was a
Motion
vote. There
been
wasn't a vote.
retracted And seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Sir, please present.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Solicitor and the board. Before we do begin though, just as a formality, I just want to confirm, because I think for our application, we only have 4
sorry.
members.
Kid, I hate to interrupt, but could you please state your name and address for the record?
Sure. Joseph Brennan, attorney for the applicant, address 51 Jefferson Boulevard, Suite 400, Warwick, Rhode Island, 02888.
Are you going to give testimony, sir?
No, I'm an attorney. We don't normally give testimony. But I will be sworn in if the solicitor feels I need to be.
Yeah, Mr. Brennan, it appears to be a practice by this board.
Okay,
It's not
Okay.
directed at you. The board just
Understood.
tends to swear attorneys in.
no problem.
You swear everybody.
That- I just want Mr. Brennan to know you're not picking on him.
You swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth in front of this board?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. The only, for a formality is I worry that we have, I'm in a tough balance right now because we obviously have to pay experts to show up. The board asked us to do that. We didn't get any notice that there would be a possible continuance, so that's a tough expense. But since we don't have a full board, we have a board with 4 members to vote for us. What would happen at the next meeting? Would only these 4 be able to vote again? And then, because if that other board member shows any testimony we give today, they couldn't vote on, correct?
Correct.
Mr. Brennan, you're correct. The zoning legislation is pretty specific that the members, they can't read the transcript. I know that there's like but they have to be present during the hearing. Now, at the last meeting, you had a full board except you had 6 members.
Mhm.
So theoretically, you had a potential of getting 4 out of 6. But keep in mind, it's a 5-member board.
Mhm.
You only need 3 out of 5 now. You don't need 4 for variance anymore.
But now I'm worried that we only have 4,
Right.
and going forward, we'll always have 4. And if these 4
Unless
don't
you-
come, we're only gonna have 3, and so on until
If you
we
want
could
the
just be
people
continued.
here, if you want the members here that were there, so you have a complete transcript, then maybe this is a good time, then maybe we should just continue it all, so you have the benefit of all that. Because that's also got to do with the calculation of how the votes go too.
Move everything.
The board use it that way, then I don't think we have a choice. It'd be nice to wrap it up tonight.
All right, Mr. Chairman, just out of an abundance of, we want to have enough members present. Because if next month, if one of you 4 can't make it, now we need 3 out of 3. And then, and so
Don't
on.
disagree with you.
Yeah,
Right
So
now, you would need 3 out
it's-
of 4 instead of 3 out of 5.
yeah, but they won't vote tonight. And then
Right.
next month, if one of them can't make it, I need 3 out of 3.
And that's
Or
my
if 2
point.
of them can't make it,
But my point is, you
then-
would need, once you set the stage with this 4, you would need 3 out of those 4.
Yes. yeah. Yeah,
And I don't know if
Um,
you, that's up to you and your client, but I
That's
mean,
up to you.
yeah, I think, Mr. Chairman, will unfortunately take the continuance to next month. Yeah, I wish I had known, but we'll take the continuance to next month for any testimony.
for the record, the clerk sends out notices to the board members during the week. It's a few days before. It's not a whole month before, right?
That is correct, and I did not find out literally until this afternoon that I was short 2 members.
All right. So what we could do, at least out of courtesy to Mr. Brennan, is maybe we could try to find out long before next month that you have the members that were present. Out of courtesy to Mr. Brennan, he's continuing to make sure he gets an opportunity to argue his case in front of 5 members of the board here, because the 2 alternates were not in play last time. Because there were 6 members here, but 1 was an alternate. So the 5 full members were present and they would be the voting members. And Mr. Peltier, you're an alternate. You would not be a voting member in that.
Well, question on that, David, if Ron Pelletier was here at the last meeting as a non-voting alternate, but he does make it through the path of travel every time there's a hearing, I believe he has the opportunity to vote
No, but
when it comes back, if he is a voting member at the next one.
if he's a voting member, I'm saying if Mr. Peltier, I believe, would like to have the 5 full members
Yeah.
present. Although Mr. Peltier is here and he may vote, his vote doesn't count if there's 5 full members here.
Correct, but if,
Made this point to the board and you before. Mr. Peltier, in all due respect, you may vote. Tonight you would count, but last week you didn't count. And I know we put it down 7 votes nay, but it's really just the 5 votes to count. If he got 3 out of those 5 and the other 2 gentlemen voted no, it's a pass because your votes don't count when the full 5 members are here. That makes sense? His audience is the 5 full members when they're here.
Yeah.
They heard this application. Now, if we can at least give him the courtesy between now and a month to find out if those 5 full members will be here and Mr. Peltier and the other alternate, at least that 6 people were all people that heard the application. I believe I'm trying to just,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to speak for Mr.
No, you are.
Brennan, but he's continuing it because he wants an opportunity to get his best chance out of 3 out of 5.
And my fear is that going forward, if any of these 2 are gone, then next month I'd be continued again. And because now my membership is always 4 from here forward. And then that's just tough.
The members that are not here tonight, they don't hear any testimony tonight, they can still vote next month.
No, that's my fear.
With Mr. Cludier, he's not gonna take that risk.
if he spoke and gave any testimony tonight, then you're down to just the 4 members that are active now. If he doesn't speak, he preserves the right to pick up with whichever group of 5 might have been here at the first hearing and would be here at the next. He can only limit the group the more he speaks at different meetings. Every time someone misses, that group, that person's no longer a voting capable member every time he gives testimony. So
So I'm just gonna, as a courtesy, I would just ask the clerk if we could find out sooner than later.
So,
And Mr.
I usually wait
I
to
know.
later just because I'm afraid that if I take for granted sooner, then I really don't know. So while it's fresh in their mind and I send out the agendas, that's usually when I do my first head count and then a second head count to err on the side of caution. Today, I didn't find out until mid-morning and then late this afternoon.
Right,
So,
but I mean, I'm just asking, could we ask the members?
Yep.
In this particular case, could you advise us whether or not,
Yep.
because of whether you can commit to being here next meeting? You may have to, they may bail out at you, but at least if we ask.
Yep.
Weeks and a half. I just wouldn't want to be in the same situation.
Yeah.
with the grant. It's not-
no, I agree. You know what? And I agree with you. So,
And I
you
can-
have,
If they bail out last, I'll take a same day notification too. I really don't, that
Okay.
happens all the time to me too. I
All right.
really don't mind.
okay,
It's-
yeah, I mean, if any of you here now see anything or are aware of anything, I know it, October 2nd is the next hearing.
I could be.
I just, okay, and then I'll check with the other 2 as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
No, I don't. So I would be here, but it all depends on what happens.
Yes. 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 Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, due to the,
Continuity.
due to the applicant wishes to have a larger membership Vote to continue, okay,
Please.
all right.
I make a motion, we continue this matter till next month.
Okay.
Date certain of October 2nd.
October 2nd, I need a second on
Correct.
that.
Second.
Okay, who made the second, Ron? Okay. Keith made the motion to hold it over to next month, and Ron seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under new business, we have the owner applicant of Karen and Dennis Dupree. Location is AP 320 Lot 63, 877 Plainfield Pike. Zone is RR5. Applicants are seeking a dimensional variance to construct a 36 by 5 front porch, 67 feet from the front property line where 100 feet is required.
Is the applicant here, please? Can you please come up to the podium and please give your full name and address? Thank you very much for coming to. Can you please give your full name and address for the record?
Dennis Michael Dupree, 877 Plainfield Pike, Green, Rhode Island.
Ma'am?
Karen Michelle Dupree, 877 Plainfield Pike, Green, Rhode Island.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth in front of this board?
Full truth.
You do, yes. Okay, you gotta say yes.
Yes.
All right, please explain to me just what you'd like to do.
Simple. Put a farmer's porch on our house, on our farmhouse that's been there since 1880. Just one out of, we have a stoop already. You walk out the front door, there's already a stoop. Not going any further. Just extending it the length of the house. You're still gonna be 67 feet from. You know, this is Route 14, it's the old stagecoach one. All the houses are pretty close. We're kind of far back, actually. So I don't think out of the 80 neighbors that I mailed letters to, I didn't hear anything. I don't think anybody. It should be simple. I hope.
Okay, so you wanna, and that farmer's porch you're gonna put on the front of the house, it's gonna be how far from the road?
67 feet.
Okay, so you're here because of the 67 feet.
It's a 100-foot setback.
and
Yeah,
100
but no,
foot setback.
I can see new houses being built. I think it's a great thing. I love Green. We've been there for 28 years. And he's Coventry for all his life. I think it's great that you have this to keep, but this house has been there since 1880. Can't move the house back.
Nothing's gonna change. I mean,
Nothing's gonna
Yeah.
change.
They're in the envelope already, so they're just gonna, I think.
I'm gonna widen. So we have a place to
think that's
sit as we retire. Yeah.
To answer the board's question, staff have positive findings on this across the board. We see it as being minimal impact from the staff perspective. It does trigger a variance. I think it's a pretty minor variance, in my opinion.
I don't disagree with you. Okay, I am gonna ask you to take a seat and see if there's anybody here that'd like to speak on this application, for or against, or just have a question. Okay, is there anybody here who'd like to speak on this application? For, against, or just have a question? All right, since there's nobody in this audience, do I have anybody online that would like to speak on this application? No?
Chairman, make a motion for this.
Second.
Okay, motion's made that we vote on this tonight and seconded by Keith and made by Russ. How do the members approve this? I'll do a roll call vote.
And I would just ask if you don't mind, before you make the take a motion and a second, and then, are you voting on it tonight?
No, no,
Oh, okay, sorry. Go right ahead, do that, and then we'll make the motion for the project.
Bonnie, how do you vote on this voting tonight?
Vote on for it.
You vote for it? Okay, Keith,
Approve the voting tonight.
I also approve the voting tonight. Russ,
Approve the voting.
Ron?
I approve the voting for tonight.
Okay. The voting for tonight, okay, now, discussing this application with the members. I do not have any problems with this. I think it's very minor. granting and, it's,
It's a beautiful piece of property to start with. It's just,
Thank
I
you.
don't see a downside here. I think it's a good addition.
Heavily gonna compliment.
okay, all right, Ron?
Yeah, I'm all set. Looks
Okay.
good.
Apparently, each board member is approving this. So I feel that we should vote on this now. And, if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with Lenny.
Did, Doug, did you have something?
The only thing is I'd ask as you frame the motion, as you typically do, someone makes a motion. And as you read that out, you can say to incorporate the staff report, the findings, and then please make as part of your motion to waive the ratification process in this case. I just ask as you consider your motion on this to include those
Alright,
statements.
So we're gonna have a motion on the floor. Well, we already voted, we're gonna vote on this tonight. This application, if the members feel they'd like to waive the ratification process, how do you feel on this?
We just make two separate motions.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
the application's gonna be approved, approve the application, and then
I'll
then we
make a
can
motion
discuss the
for-
ratification.
Yes, that's what I need. I need a motion to forego
To approve.
ratification on this application, and I need a second on it.
Second it.
Okay, Russ's second, and Keith is made. Forego
Well, let's gonna move
ratification.
on the matter first.
Yeah.
Forego the ratification second.
Correct.
You're right. We're gonna vote on the application and then,
Then I'll make a motion.
okay, then we'll take the motion. Okay. Lenny, how do you vote on this? one?
I approve.
You approve. Keith,
Motion. The application.
I make a motion, we approve this application as presented.
okay, I
Second.
need a second. Okay.
Second.
All right. All right, so Lenny, how do you vote on this?
I approve as presented.
Keith,
I approve as presented.
I also approve as presented. Russ,
Approve as presented.
Rod,
Approve as presented.
applications approved as presented. Now I need a motion on the floor.
Hang on,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman. An addendum to that motion,
Motion.
I also, make a motion that we adopt the staff report as part of our, findings. Thank you.
Okay, so as part of that motion, we have the staff report, part of the findings. Now,
If you need a second of that, I'll second. What rushes?
okay, motion's made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, now. all-
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we forego the ratification on this matter.
Okay.
Second it.
Okay, what's the second? Keith made the motion that we forego the ratification. Lenny, how do you vote on that?
I approve that.
Russ, Keith,
I approve.
I also approve. Russ,
Approve.
Ron,
Approve.
okay, so this application is approved as presented with the staff report. Okay,
Congratulations, good luck.
good luck.
Have fun.
Okay, do we have anything else? Okay. Does the board want to discuss anything else? No?
I'd like a raise.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to adjourn.
Well, actually, there is one other item on the agenda. It's a general public comment, which I don't foresee we'll get one, but let's call for it anyway.
General,
Yeah, agenda item number 7 is general public comment.
okay, do we have a general public comment?
It's an old guy in the back,
The old guy, Mr.
Mr. Potter.
Paul. Don't think he's public comment. Okay, so I have no further public comment. Do I have a motion?
I make a
to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Motion's made, second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it.